to make an informed decision on what you want to do with the said man.
And that's what that's why I like Fresh and Fit. I just want to say, so every episode I've watched of this podcast, you got usually high value or at least beautiful women talking with high value men, and they discuss these things, and people are watching this, mind blown. But what you have to understand is 99% of society isn't anything that we're talking about. It's women pimping dudes. That's 99% of society. So Fresh and Fit brings a different kind of perspective to the conversation, because there's always high value dudes and beautiful women. That's not the way the world works. Every man you see out there buying groceries in Walmart, his ugly, fat 2 out of 10 wife is at home sucking the neighbor's dick, and men get screwed over day after day.
Yeah, men lose
all the time.
Men lose
all the time.
We talk. No, that's true. It's a good point. You talk about. Everyone talks about men being bad, but you have 1% of men. You have 1% of men, maybe 2% out here can be playboys. The majority of men are desperate to get anything they can get, and they'll do anything they can to hold on to it. There are more men who are lonely, suicidal. A woman will never truly be lonely. No matter how unattractive, how ugly your personality is, you can always get dick. There are men out here who are genuinely lonely. You don't understand the struggle of a man, because women want the best men in the world. You want the best men in the world. And as much as you will sit and say, I don't want to cheat, instinctively you will share the best man in the world, as opposed to have Joe Schmo. That's why these girls will go out and they'll fuck Chris Brown. They think Chris Brown's fucking loyal?
These hoes, they're loyal.
They don't care. They don't care. They're like, but he's Chris Brown. They don't, him being loyal doesn't cross their mind. So the truth about the biology of men and women, the truth about the biology is that for the longest period of human time, women shared top-tier males. The king had 100 wives, and the peasant men had 0. This is how we've been evolved. For the longest period of human time, women have literally evolved to look at a guy and go, you know what? That dude's worth sharing. And as much as you can deny that and say that the modern world's taught you different and you're independent, blah, 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 your biology deep down operates on that level. Otherwise, you wouldn't be chasing these sports stars. They're married. They're married. When you see a famous rapper, he's got chicks. You care? No, you don't care.
Drake.
This is the reality of the game. So when we talk about all these things, we make men sound bad. Tristan nailed it. The majority of men out here they can't do anything besides live a life and pray their chick doesn't just leave them for someone better.
Bam.
If you're working in KFC, you're a pretty normal dude. And the problem with being a normal dude is that now your chick fucks normal dudes, which means everybody's competition. So
if she goes to eat at KFC, you're gonna be worried, because the KFC dude can get your girl.
She might go Burger King or Wendy's, and boom, you lost her, right? So it's different at the top as a man, but this is a very, very unique experience. And when we say things, we know that we can sometimes grate on you chicks, etc. But you need to understand that overall, women are winning this war. You women run the world.
Yeah, you're killing us.
You run the world. Yeah. You run the world. And the majority of men are just cucked out for their chick, praying for a bit of pussy once a year. So you women are running. You women are running it. You are running.
I say it all the time. Women are running circles around guys, which is why the popularity of this podcast has exploded, because there's no YouTube channels out there teaching women how to get guys, but there's a bunch of channels out there teaching guys how to get girls, because for women, you guys play it on easy mode. Tristan, you have something? I saw you want to say something.
I was just saying, when we used to run our webcam studio, I know this full well, and we know how sad men are because we saw it firsthand. You keep in mind, these guys think they're talking to a girl alone in her bedroom. There's me, 4 female members of staff, and Andrew sitting behind 40 different live streams, watching every single one. And you think all these guys are saying, hey, get naked, show us your boobs, show us your tits. No, these guys are crying their eyes out. I should never have married my wife. Oh, I wish I had a beautiful woman like you. My wife won't even have sex with me anymore. I can't divorce her because I'll lose the kids. And it's therapy. I swear on my father's grave, I've had to coach admins on talking dudes out of killing themselves or threatening suicide on webcam. Yep. So I've seen the dark side of the male reality.
Yeah, in the real world, men are getting wrecked. Men are getting wrecked.
And here's the thing, and this is such a refreshing conversation, because I've always said it, girls don't really care about your struggles, man. They just pick the best guys. It is what it is.
Okay.
And we're not here to have a pity party. We're not here to do that.
I know.
We're just here to give you guys another perspective that you might not know and or understand or can't understand, which is fair. Who cares? Women don't give a fuck about losers, and it's been that way. Andrew, 40% of men have procreated since the beginning of time?
Since the beginning of time, women have never fucked losers.
Yeah.
Since the dawn of time. Listen, if you were living in caveman days, what would happen is you're chilling. You're chilling with your man. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You look in the distance. You say, Ooga. Is that Tate? Ooga booga. I rock up with a club. Take your whole tribe out. Aikido, all 10 of them motherfuckers. I'll beat them all by myself. You become mine now. Now, you may be angry about it for about 15 minutes, but when you look around and see all them dead motherfuckers, you'd be like, you know what? He is
Bing bong.
He is the G.
And you
That was easy.
And you win.
And you
That's
can't
it.
hunt. And you can't hunt.
You
and
can't live without
fish.
man.
You better hang out with the big G.
That's right. So that's how it's always been. This is why the kings and the warriors had all these women.
Bing
Right?
bong.
And even now, you instinctively want an alpha. You talked about security. Security means that he can mess up a dude who tries to mess with you.
Yep.
That's it. If you saw the guy you trusted with security get his ass whooped, you wouldn't stay
I'm
with him.
leaving.
Yeah,
I'm leaving.
This
It's
is
embarrassing.
This is human nature. So this goes all the way back. Any one of you beautiful girls can go out there and get Joe Schmo tomorrow, and he'll be as loyal as you could ever hope for. He'll give you his phone password. He'd never talk to another girl. He'll get down on one knee in a few months and start begging, please marry me, like a little punk.
Close.
Instead, you're going to be rolling in a Lambo with some dude, and 6 months into the relationship, you'll be like, what do you think of marriage? You'll be like, don't believe in marriage. You'll be like, okay, where are we going tonight? And you're going to go and have your fucking nice night. So that's your choice. And that's your choice, which is biologically driven. And the sooner you look in the mirror and understand that your biology is speaking to you to accept certain things, the sooner you can accept them and be a happier individual. So I would say there is a happy medium, but if you're going to be a woman with the happy medium kind of guy, you also have to be strong enough and woman enough to accept that you're going to go through your life seeing better dudes. And you're going to have to make sure you don't go anywhere fucking near them. But if you're going to look and say, look, I've got a guy, he's good enough, but he's loyal to me, that dude on every single possible human metric probably outperforms my man. But you know what? Fuck it. This guy, he's been good to me. If you can do that, good. But most women don't think that way. Most women don't operate on that way. They operate in shit. I know him from TV. He's this, he's that. Fuck it.
Women are not programmed to sport fuck their way around multiple guys. They're just not. Men can do it without an issue. Women can't though. So when women give that advice, it's extremely destructive because you might lose a guy that's worth something. And it's by sucking off some other guy that isn't on his level. Now you lost access to that guy with girlfriend privileges. Now you're going to go back to
and it's, yeah, you're completely, Myron nailed it. And also another point that's really important. It's not even just about losing guys, etc. I will stick by this point. A woman cannot sport fuck her way through life without taking psychological damage.
Yes.
You will be psychologically damaged if you just start fucking dudes here, there, and everywhere. And once again, this goes back to your biology. Look, you have to look at humans in two different ways. We have the societal version of the human, which is how society teaches us, and we have the evolutionary biological version of the human, how we've evolved to be. If a woman had sex with a man, there was a strong chance you'd get pregnant. If you got pregnant, you would die without a man, right? This is in the caveman days, right? You needed a man, you got pregnant, you need someone to fucking hunt and stuff.
Millennia programming.
This is programming. So your programming was, if you had sex with a man, to be attached to him. You want him near, you want him close, you want him around you, right? Because he has to protect you. You might be pregnant. The idea that you can run around now and sleep with all these dudes and feel zero emotional attachment to any of them ever is hard cope. That's you trying to trick your brain and watch enough new age crap. You can run around and fuck a bunch of guys. And it's not going to affect you emotionally in any way. The saddest, most miserable women of the world are women who are sluts. All of them. They are unhappy. They're unhappy because there's something inside of them that they know it's wrong. They know it's wrong. They don't feel right within themselves. I know girls who slept with one or two dudes, and maybe the dude they're with, maybe he ain't perfect, maybe he does this, does that, maybe he cheats, whatever. But they look at their man with such admiration because they haven't had enough dicks to lose that old school pure. Remember when you were in love when you were 15? That shit's still alive for them chicks. And that's why a low body count is important for a girl. A man's completely different.
Here's the thing. Look, men and women, we all get old. Time is the fire in which we all burn. And I'm telling you, the woman who she's making fun of for staying home while she's in the club, when she's, I mean, how old was she? 41.
She's like 28.
It doesn't matter. Here's my point. Give her 7 more years.
Yeah.
7 more years, and she's going to be lonely.
5.
With lower and lower quality men. The woman she's laughing at, who is at home, will be older and uglier and less attractive, and so will her man, because that's what happens to people. We all age. But that woman will be with 2 kids. She's not going to be thinking, I need a bag. Her husband's taking care of her. She's got her 2 beautiful children, and she's living a life that is worth living for a 40-year-old, a 45-year-old, and a 50-year-old woman. Then she gets her grandkids, and her progression of being a woman through life continues. This girl is going to burn out. And if she somehow does manage to get pregnant from somebody and tricks his ass, he ain't gonna want nothing to do with her. There's no happy family life. There's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for this kind of setup. So yeah, in the short term, she's in the club and the other girl isn't. But give that 10 years and look at your situation, honestly. Yeah. And tell me who's happy and who isn't.
Like, a woman that's 35 that's attractive is never going to be able to compete with a woman that's 25 and attractive. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like men like youth and beauty, just like you want a guy that's tall and has money. So when she said that, I was like, you know, this is destructive advice that modern day women give each other. Like, oh, just push back marriage. It's okay. No big deal. And it's like, no, bro, you can't compete. You know, Mother Nature gives you your gifts. Father Time takes them away as a woman. That's the reality.